Good evening, Dr. Ritwij Patel, Chairman of the Governing Council of Youth Parliament, Dr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi, Senior Parliamentarian and Lawyer, Dr. Salmanji, who is a former Cabinet Minister for Ministry of Law and also a very eminent Supreme Court lawyer. I am not a lawyer by profession. You have two other parliamentarians, very senior parliamentarians, and both of them are eminent lawyers. So therefore, when I was invited for this particular session, I asked the organizers, is there any reason why you want me to come for this? Because I can request a colleague of mine who is from their legal fraternity. But they said, no, we want you to come for this. And then I said, okay, let me then present the citizen's perspective. Because the courts are not for lawyers. The courts are for people. They are to serve a particular purpose. Lawyers are there to assist us. So therefore, I said, okay, let me take this occasion and try and present a few perspectives that I can. As Abhishek ji said, there are a lot of interesting political developments happening outside, but that seems to have somewhat lowered his josh at this conference today. But we are certainly happy to be here, because the first thing I felt happy on landing at the airport this morning was to see young volunteers of the Youth Parliament and thereafter a stream of youngsters. And it makes each one of us extremely happy. And particularly when you see the youth engaging in topics of development, in the future of our country, in building our nation, it makes one really certainly happy, and I'm really particularly happy for that reason. But from my own perspective, let me tell you, all over the world, you go any part of the globe, people have great respect for Indian democracy. And that respect for Indian democracy largely stems from the respect for our legal system, respect for our courts, and the highest courts in this country. They certainly respect the politicians, the parliament as a whole, our overall democratic system. But you have other countries, failed democracies just across the border, and you know how Supreme Courts there have been subverted, and it is difficult to have any trust in such legal systems. So certainly, I think let us all first be proud that we have a legal system, and we have Supreme Court, we have the high courts in this country, which enjoy a high level of credibility, and they are seen to be completely unbiased, independent, apolitical, and they are a shining jewel of our democracy. Let's give a big hand to our entire legal system. Certainly, like every other system in this country which needed reform, I think this certainly, the pending cases are staggering. More than 3 crore cases pending in different courts of this country. Nearly 2.5+ crore cases pending in just the lower courts in this country. And lakhs of them pending for decade and more. Let me give you some numbers. 8.33 lakh cases are pending for more than 10 years in different high courts in this country. This is the latest statistic that was given in Parliament. 8.33 lakh cases. And we have more than 2.8 crore subordinate courts pending cases. Of them, more than 10-year pending cases are 2.3 crore. Certainly, the problem is very staggering. But I am also happy to inform you certain numbers which I have gathered. In Supreme Court, the number of cases filed last year was, say in 2017, was 56,106. And 63,000 cases have been disposed of. So the number of cases disposed of is more than number of cases filed each year. So certainly, you just have to really clean up your backlog, and then you can certainly be proud of your efficiency of your courts. So in 2016, the number of cases filed was 79,244. Number cleared was 75,979, more or less on the same level. Earlier this year, through a bill in Parliament, our government has increased the number of judges in the Supreme Court from 30 to 33. This government under Narendra Modi ji is taking a lot of initiatives to ensure that we have a more robust and an efficient legal system. The number of pending cases to resolve this crisis, the government earlier this year, has proposed an all India judicial service. And the government wants to recruit a large number of officers to this particular cadre. And this will ensure that we will be able to really fill up the backlog, fill up the vacancies in the judicial systems at different levels. So let me tell you, the problem is staggering, but the solutions that we are finding are really path-breaking. And I'm sure you will all appreciate and understand. नामुमकिन को मुमकिन बनाना मोदी जी की आदत है. तो इसलिए this is a challenge we realize, and we are certainly going to get up to this challenge. And this government will certainly take all possible steps and ensure that we have results forthcoming. But as a citizen, I would like to flag some questions, and maybe I think I would certainly, I'm really not very knowledgeable in this area, and I would be very happy to hear our esteemed senior lawyers to really comment on this. Let me flag a few cases. 1984 riots is an occasion or is an event that has shocked and has made the entire country really sad. It's one of the shocking episodes in our history. It has taken 33 years for the first conviction to happen in 1984 riot cases. I'm not making this as a political issue, so kindly no one should get me wrong. I'm only flagging this because these are important issues of justice. It has taken 33 years to get justice, to get the first conviction in 1984 riots. In 2002 riots, which is again a very unfortunate episode in our history, in 9 years, the first conviction happened, and more than 32 people have been given punishment. Some of them, most of them, life imprisonment. Similarly, in 1993, Mumbai bomb blast, which killed maybe 1,000 or more people. Okay, it has taken us, we had given ultimately the conviction to Yaqub Memon in 2015. It has taken such a long time. Whereas a similar episode, Kasab, the event happened in 2008, and he was given death punishment in 2012 in a manner of 2-3 years or 4 years. But why do some cases, equally important cases, and cases that should really attract the attention of every system, every wing of the government, and every investigative agency, why has it taken justice? In some cases, justice takes a few years. In some cases, it doesn't come for decades. Let me also mention this Nirbhaya case. That again is a case which has shocked the whole country. In fact, I happened to be in Gujarat when that incident happened in Delhi for Gujarat elections. The election results were, I think, coming around that time in Gujarat. 2012, if I remember correctly, December. In 2013, September, the culprits have been given conviction, death sentence in a manner of 8 to 9 months. But why does it not happen in other cases? Is it the case that only high-profile cases get all the attention of the judiciary, and then they get investigated quickly? The convictions happen quickly? Is it the case in some cases governments encourage or do not allow investigative agencies to really carry on the process of investigations thoroughly, which becomes an impediment for the deliverance of justice? I think these are important matters, because these are the cases which the whole world does not look at the number of cases that are pending your lower courts. Let me be very honest. If the whole world is looking at India, they look at India for the deliverance of justice in high-profile cases. and cases which involve large-scale riots, human rights violations, or shocking cases of crime. So why is it that we do not have similar timelines for deliverance of justice in these cases? These are some of the observations I have. I have a lot more to say, a few more points at least to add, but I think the time that is available would not permit me to really go on with this. But certainly, as I said, the vacancies will get filled very soon. There are certain other views. Possibly the courts are not very receptive to the idea of an all-India judicial service. But these are differences I hope one can resolve and move on with the large-scale recruitment, because that will help us to really clear up the backlog, and also will help us to recruit officers of a certain standard, because the quality of the lower level judiciary is also a matter of great concern, which certainly impedes their efficiency. So I would like to leave another thought. See, many state governments have actually come up with certain Essential Services Act, where you promise to the citizens that we will deliver you a particular service in a particular period of time. And if we are not able to deliver it in that particular time frame, the state would be responsible, and certain the affected citizen will be compensated accordingly. Is justice not also a public service? Should we not be really looking at certain time frames or guidelines within which justice also should be delivered at different levels? This is just a thought I would like to leave to get a response from our other senior speakers. As I said, the challenges are aplenty, but the government is certainly seized of the challenges. The government has initiated a large number of measures, but certainly I think this is an issue that requires consensus across all political parties. This is an issue I'm sure we can debate in Parliament on non-partisan lines and come up with solutions that can actually help us deliver justice to the common man. Thank you.